Hey, Dina Wolf here. I'm going to give everybody a little bit of time to jump on. We're a little bit early, and so we're going to be talking today about my fibromyalgia and how to support and help manage it the best possible using some really awesome natural solutions. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on here with me today. Now, if you have questions about fibromyalgia, please put them in the little chat box below and we'll get to those. And if you're just jumping on right now too, you please feel free to invite any friends. I know we know a lot of people that have fibro, right? All right, I have a guest speaker that's supposed to be on here with me as well. We're trying to get things figured out on how we can get that going too. So we're going to be on Dina Wolf Enterprises. All right, we're going to wait a little bit for everybody to jump on. We have about 3 more minutes. So if you want to, if you're on a replay, definitely you're probably going to want to fast forward 3 minutes. All right, so we know that fibromyalgia affects a lot of women, some men, but mostly women. And it's characterized by lots of discomfort. And so what we want to do is minimize that discomfort and look at helping the body heal itself, right? But we want to do that all naturally. Yeah. All right, so I'm not sure where my partner is, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Hi Sheila, how are you doing? So it is 10 o'clock on Central Time and 8 p.m. on Pacific Time, which is around the time we get started. So welcome everyone. Hi Diane, how are you? We're going to be going over some really awesome tools for fibromyalgia, and we know that this is also going to cover things that are autoimmune in nature as well. And so we definitely want to keep those things in mind. So in dealing with fibromyalgia, it pretty much covers a lot of other autoimmune stuff too. So you can use this straight across the board for pretty much anything to do with immunity. But we're going to focus specifically on fibromyalgia, because a lot of times we don't realize that certain things that attack our immune system are autoimmune. They kind of lump them all in together. We have over 200 autoimmune disorders now. And so what we want to do is start to help the body to where it has the tools to recover and start healing itself. And so we're going to be talking about that today, which is very exciting. A lot of my friends are plagued by fibromyalgia, including family members, really good friends, and so it is near and dear to my heart. We've also helped a lot of those friends and family recover and feel better and put their immune system back on track, not attacking their tissues, but attacking things that are actual threats, okay? So anything that starts to attack you, and it's not really a threat, causes immune problems, right? And so we definitely want to take that immune system and make it more specific, and what it's supposed to do is actually target things that are actual threats. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So we have essential oils at our fingertips. Many of us have them. If you don't have some, we're going to talk about why it is ideal to get some, okay? Especially for dealing with my fibromyalgia and other issues as well, okay? So let's see. All right, Velia, I see you on. Hi, Irene. Hi, Velia. But it's not letting me add you. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. It won't let me do it. Okay, so we're going to be learning about the immune system, and we have our essential oils at our fingertips. We can use our essential oils 3 different ways: aromatic, topically, and internally. So anything that we're talking about today, you can choose whichever best suits you. There's no wrong way to use the essential oils. As long as you're not putting them in your eyes, up your nose, or in your ears, you're good to go. All right, yeah, so Velia, it's not letting me invite you to share the screen. I'm not sure what's going on. I know you said your internet is kind of wonky. And I know there's a little bit of a delay on this, so I apologize. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using those essential oils to really target the immune system, okay? So aromatic is the fastest way to get your essential oil in. Setting up a diffuser, if you're someone who has been struggling with fibromyalgia for a long time, I highly suggest having a diffuser set up in the places where you spend the most time. Now, if you're gone during the daytime, but you're home at night, sleeping in your bed, next to the bedside table would be a great place to put your diffuser, because you're going to get 8 hours of aromatherapy. And you don't even know it. You're sleeping the whole time. So you don't have to worry about, did I get it all? Did it diffuse onto my carpet? You know, those kinds of things. So if you don't have a diffuser, you can become a human diffuser by placing a couple of drops of essential oil in the palm of your hand, rubbing your hands together, and smell deeply. Okay, careful not to touch your eyes. Some of the oils that we're going to be talking about today are going to be hot oils. So we want to make sure that you're not putting those anywhere near your eyeballs. Okay, now if you're going to be using the diffuser, 1 to 4 drops in the diffuser is going to be ideal for you. Okay, if you're going to use topical, this option is great for putting your essential oils on a large area. So let's say you're having a lot of back discomfort. You're trying to, you know, move into a new house, or you've got a job where you're lifting, you're bending. You've got, you know, you're out chasing your little ones. Those kinds of things. So if you've got a large area of concern where you have a lot of the aches that come with fibromyalgia, and you're trying to cover like a very large proximal area, topical is a nice way to do it. Tension, discomfort of any kind, great way. Place 1 to 2 drops of essential oil and gently rub that in. Rubbing that in increases the absorption of the essential oil by 80%. Okay, bottoms of the feet, great place for, you have like a nice absorption pad there. Hi Sonia. Hi Michelle. Behind the ears, your forearms, your wrists, your belly button, all great places. My favorite to deal with things that are very systemic and kind of all over the place is the spine. When I apply the essential oils to the spine, it tends to last longer than if I apply it to another area. Now the reason probably is you have a large nerve plexus on your back. So the largest nerve plexus in your entire body is your spine. So from neck all the way to tailbone is like your roots. Every single cell in your body has to communicate with your nervous system and your spine. So that's how messages get sent back and forth. Okay, so it's a great way to use that delivery system. It's already in place. You're using that delivery system to get your oils where they need to go. And your oils are very smart. They do go exactly where they need to go, which is amazing. All right, so now our third option is very unique and specific to doTERRA, and it's going to be the use of internal essential oils. So I have my big glass of water here. So this is glass, and I'm going to put, there's already a lot of grapefruit in here. As you can see, it's sticking to the sides of the glass, but I'll usually put about 10 drops of grapefruit in there. You want to make sure that you're using glass, ceramic, or stainless steel if you're going to use your essential oils in water and drink it. If you don't have glass, ceramic, or stainless steel to drink out of, you can put your oils directly under the tongue. Now I've thrown my back out before, and I've had a lot of discomfort in my career as a nurse, and so I'll put my oil just directly underneath my tongue to get it in really fast. Within 30 seconds, my pain is relieved, and I feel like I can move my back better. I can now bend. I gain more range of motion. So for me, that has been one of the quickest ways. You can use aromatic, but for me, that's one of the quickest ways to get relief as well. Underneath your tongue goes systemic throughout your entire body, so it's a great place to utilize your oils as long as they're labeled correctly for internal use. You're good. Okay, very quick, especially if we are in a lot of discomfort, right? All right, so now what is your immune system? So what glands and organs make up the immune system? Does anybody know? If you do, type it in the box below. All right, so we have an immune system that is made up of the thymus gland. That gland sits about right here. Our bones, bone marrow, okay, spleen and lymph nodes. Okay, now we have some other organs as well, but majority of it is made up of that. That is our immune system. Now that immune system, the bone marrow produces our blood cells, which is awesome. We need those, right? Red blood cells, platelets, white blood cells. White blood cells are responsible for making sure the bacteria and stuff, the unfriendly stuff gets out of our system. We have the thymus, which makes our T cells, which are T lymphocytes, very important in white blood cell production as well, the thymus. Our spleen filters blood and white blood cells, and it kind of helps to get rid of our old red blood cells that we don't need anymore. They've broken down. We're getting rid of those and the platelets and the white blood cells that we no longer need. The lymphatic system carries fluid, plasma, and white blood cells out of the body. And then we have our intestines. Now, most of us don't consider the intestines part of your immune system, but that is like your ozone layer to your immune system. Hey, Denise, how are you? And so the intestines is one of those things that we tend to forget. And when you look at helping your body do the best it possibly can at recovering from immune dysfunction, looking at that intestines, and that intestines plays an intricate role in helping your body heal itself. Okay? Now, it's our first barrier to the outside world. So whatever you put in your mouth, right? You've got saliva and a whole bunch of enzymes breaking down all kinds of stuff. When we think of kids, they put everything in their mouth, right? What protects them from getting every germ that they take on? And it's the immunity that happens to be in our saliva and in our intestinal tract. So that is like our ozone layer to help protect us from our outside world. It's like a shield, okay? And when we start thinking of our gut as a shield and start being nice to it and start repairing it and giving the tools that it needs, all of a sudden we start thriving. And so some of the immune conditions that kind of we see when our gut is awry and our immune system is not functioning like it should. Addison's disease, we have HIV/AIDS, we see allergies, asthma, autoimmunity of all kinds, including our fibromyalgia, which is what we're talking about today. We see massive bacterial infections, because what happens is when our gut's not right and our flora's not right, our immune system starts getting all wonky, and then we're prone to illness. So even just a little ear infection that we get chronically, that tells us that our immune system is not functioning very well either. Cirrhosis, diabetes, Epstein-Barr, fibro, cold flu, lupus, malaria, mono. Hi, Ina, how are you? Hi, Nora. Pneumonia, staph infections, sore throat, strep throat, viral infections, and then, of course, our flu, famous flu. So we want to do whatever we can, right, to help the body support its own immune system. So we have some essential oils, single oils, that are going to be very key in helping boost that immune system and support that immune system so that that immune system can do the functions that God intended. All right, so it's made to target things that are actually threats, right? So those are going to be like our arbor vitae, our basil. Now notice a lot of these oils are the hot oils, all right? Things that we wouldn't really have a huge palate for, but they're extremely hot. Hot oils command things to get out that don't belong, all right? They're really, really good at that. Black pepper, cassia, cinnamon, clove, frankincense, of course. Frankincense not as hot, but frankincense is an amazing key player in balancing immunity, right? Ginger, another hot oil. We have lemongrass, another hot one. Melaleuca, marjoram, melissa. We know that melissa is really good at virus, helping the body during virus activity, right? Myrrh, oregano, rosemary, thyme. All of those are wonderful single oils, all right? And I'll give you the list. As soon as this is over, we'll post a picture of the list of essential oils that you can use single. Now, if you're looking for a blend that's really, really good, like my number one favorite go-to is DDR Prime. Like if anybody is struggling with anything to do with immune dysfunction, autoimmunity, anything with an itis on the end of it, I like to use DDR Prime because it's a cellular complex blend. And so everything occurs at the cellular level, right? So when the cell malfunctions, we want to swoop in and tell it you need to act right, right? And so the DDR Prime is wonderful at telling that cell, okay, you're misfiring and you're not commanding things to be the right way and you're not functioning like God intended. So guess what? We're going to come in here and we're going to make sure that you do things right. So it's kind of like the foreman, you know. Comes in, swoops in and says, nope, you're going to act right now. So the cellular complex is the DDR Prime. DDR Prime is my go-to for anything immune related. I do also like the On Guard soft gels as well, but this is for a little bit different reason. So digestive blend, because everything goes back to the intestines, right? We can trace fibromyalgia back to leaky gut majority of the time. There's issues that go way, way, way back. If you're suffering from allergies, more than likely the gut has become leaky. Now what I mean by that is we have segments of our colon that are supposed to be nice and tight. They stay together like this. But when we eat foods that don't belong in our intestines, like gluten, soy, dairy, corn, artificial sweetener, peanuts, eggs, sometimes for some people, what happens is, or if we have stress or we're taking certain medications, if we have organ malfunction, that gut starts to separate. And now all the food that's flowing through here that's supposed to go through the colon is now slipping out into the bloodstream. And then the body is like, what the heck is in the bloodstream? There's an invader. So it's not that your body is attacking you roguely. It's that your organ has malfunctioned because the gut is supposed to stay nice and tight. And so now that those proteins are leaking into the bloodstream where they never should be, we're now having an immune response because the immune system is saying, that doesn't belong here. And now we have allergies. We become sensitive to foods. We, you know, like, oh, all of a sudden I can't eat shrimp. All of a sudden I can't eat avocado. All of a sudden I can't eat cantaloupe. Well, it's because of that leaky gut. Okay? And then what happens is we get an overgrowth of bacteria. So we're looking at things like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Your gut is kind of like a garden. Okay? And when we don't have the right soil, nothing good grows. All right? And so once we start, hi Diana, hi Monica. Once we start putting good probiotics back into the gut, then we see nice bacteria growing, our soil becomes repaired, and now we're able to tolerate more. Our immune system functions like it should. We're right on point. We don't get sick as often. Some of us don't get sick at all. Our mood is far better, right? Because the gut controls a lot of the brain activity and a lot of our neurotransmitters. And then we see, you know, overall well-being. We feel better. We're more energetic. We can then live our purpose, which is awesome, right? And that's what we want to do. Hi, Mary. So another blend that we can use is the Slim and Sassy, the metabolic blend. So that one's great for boosting the metabolism, cleansing the body, aiding in digestion, preventing sugar cravings, because a lot of times we crave more sugar when our critters in our gut are out of control. When we have that imbalance in our intestinal lining, we really sometimes do tend to crave that sugar, and that's all those critters are saying, I'm hungry, feed me. So we start pouring in the sugar, plus then we don't feel good either. So we're struggling to sleep, then we're tired, our judgment is off. So then we feel like, oh my goodness, I need some more sugar. So we go eat the sugar, and then we're like this, yeah, we feel great. And then all of a sudden, we're crashing, right? And so, hi Jenny. And so it's really important that we resist those sugar cravings and not breed our critters that don't belong, our unfriendly critters, all right? Those need an eviction notice. So definitely get rid of those fast as you can. Now, Protective Blend, which is our On Guard, that one is one of my go-to as well. Okay, so DDR Prime and On Guard are usually my top two that I like to choose, and then also Digestive Blend. That should be something that we all take every day anyway, because we need all the digestive support we can get to help our own immunity all the time, right? Because everything goes back to digestive functioning. Okay. Now, if you're someone who does have autoimmune activity happening and it tends to be more respiratory, like pneumonia or bronchitis or those kinds of things, sinuses, then you can definitely use the Breathe as well. Okay, and that's some of the blends that help with immune dysfunction. Now, supplementation, this is going to be the biggest game changer. Okay, I've helped thousands of people get healthy, most of them with autoimmune disorder. Okay, I've had one of my friends had, when I met her, she was crippled by fibromyalgia so bad where her husband would have to pick her up and take her to the bathroom. She could not literally move. And she had 2 little kids that she's still raising. One was older, and so she felt like, what am I doing? You know, I can't even take care of my kids. I can't take care of my family. And then, of course, depression sets in, and, you know, you feel like, what kind of life is this? And so when I met her, we did her scan, we started her on the Lifelong Vitality vitamins, okay, and that's our 3-pack system. And that has been the game changer for her. And I will tell you, that is my best tool for balancing and supporting the body during autoimmune activity. My mom, same thing. She had autoimmune disorder. She is now in a remission state, which is phenomenal. She has been for the last 7 years. And so it is my first go-to. We have, it's a set of 3 vitamins. It comes with a antioxidant blend. Okay, so all the nutrients that you need to help fight off the free radicals and help decrease the aging process. And then we have your vitamins and minerals, 22 trace vitamins and minerals in there. And that's key because we cannot repair, rebuild, restore, or do anything without the proper nutrients. Like your liver needs a ton of like magnesium and calcium and potassium, just to help get rid of the junk that you take on a daily basis. So imagine being depleted, because I know all of us aren't eating a 100% plant-based diet, right? Most of us don't. And even if we were, my mom was eating out of her own garden 24/7, never ate out, and still was depleted. So imagine those of us that aren't even eating the right amount of vegetables and fruits that we need for the day. We've been depleted for probably years and years. So how is our intestinal soil supposed to grow when we don't give it the nutrients that it needs? There's a question, right? It doesn't, and that's why we become diseased. And so it is very important that we take care of ourselves with the proper nutrients. Now, the third one is the omega-369 fatty acids. And those fatty acids are extremely important because they have 9 essential oils in them. They help with hormone balance, bone health, brain health, just overall functioning with like stress management, which is great, digestive functioning. We need all the support we can get for that digestive function, right? And the nice thing is those 9 essential oils, one of them's clove, one of them's frankincense. Those 2 are a powerhouse for immune support for your body, okay? So now, essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. So imagine what a powerhouse of punch that you're getting from just taking your Lifelong Vitality vitamins. I had one lady, she had suffered from lupus and fibromyalgia. She had both, okay? And she had had them for years, like 10 years. Her husband divorced her. He was like, I can't take it no more, you know? And how awful. She still had kids to raise. She had 4 kids. And she was just like, I don't know what else to do. And she said, well, I can't really afford to take my vitamins, but my son is going to buy them for me. By the end of the first week, she was walking. This is someone who barely would even get out of bed, okay? And by the second week, she was at the gym. And now, she's amazing. The other friend that I mentioned with the fibromyalgia that her husband used to pick her up and take her to the bathroom, she's doing phenomenal. That woman has ran 3 Spartan races since then. Okay, so this stuff is amazing. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing and what life-changing the vitamins have been for me and the clients that I help. Okay, so if you're struggling, that would be one of the first places I start. If you are an A blood type, or you have your gallbladder removed, or just have a very touchy gallbladder, and you know it, like things like greasy, spicy, and fatty, they tend to bother your stomach, then I would definitely go with the vegan version. So that's an A blood type, no gallbladder, or an iffy gallbladder. Definitely use the vegan version of the supplements, okay? It's just easier for your gallbladder to digest. You'll be able to take the full dose, and it's going to be more beneficial for your specific chemistry, okay? All right, so any questions so far? So if you're someone that struggles with energy, we have something called Mito 2 Max. And Mito 2 Max is, it's like a mitochondrial boost. The mitochondria are the little engines inside your cells that produce energy. And so what it does is it gives you stamina. It's an energy and stamina complex. I like it in the place of caffeine. I was a caffeine-aholic before. But caffeine was not agreeing with me for a while. It started giving me heart palpitations. I was having a lot of chest discomfort. And so I had to get off of the caffeine. Plus I was working nights. So that the combination together just is really not good. We start seeing nurses have, you know, cardiac arrhythmias and that kind of stuff. So definitely I didn't want to go down that road. And so I had to stay awake to maintain my shifts. And the energy and stamina complex, the Mito 2 Max, actually helped me get off of the caffeine and onto the Mito 2 Max. And now I hardly even really need to take it. I'll take it when I'm out and about. And I need that little energy boost, but for the most part, like, I'm good now. It helped me through that transition, and now I am fabulous. We have a DDR Prime Complex, which is awesome as well, and it comes in a little soft gel, or you can get it in an oil form. So that's the mother blend that I was telling you about that works really good for cellular repair. On Guard comes in a soft gel, which has added melissa, black pepper, and oregano in it. And those are a powerhouse on their own as well for helping keep your immune system supported the best way possible and functioning the way God intended, best way possible, right? And so you have lots of tools to use to keep your immune system functioning like we want it to. So now if you are helping a friend, let's say you have a friend with 1 or 2 or more immune issues, some of the things you know that you can help them with is by recommending the Lifelong Vitality. Because there's the 9 oils in there, that is the key component to getting the immune system back under control. Okay, and it really doesn't matter what immune disorder they have, they all act the same way on the Lifelong Vitality. They all start to, the body is then able to notice and identify and start healing itself when we give it the right tools. So it's a powerhouse, wonderful way to start seeing your friends feel better. Okay, some of them might feel a little bit of GI discomfort at first as they kind of cleanse out the stuff that doesn't belong. A lot of times we see people with fibromyalgia on a lot of neuropathy type medications, and those can be the kind of built up in the liver, and so the liver will want to kind of naturally cleanse that out first, and that's fine. Have them just kind of help cleanse themselves, let the cleansing process occur, and then they'll be like good to go after about 2 weeks or so. Okay, and that's mostly what we see. All right. Now, some oils that you can kind of blend together for helping the immune system. So let's say that you have a lot of fibromyalgia type of discomfort and you need something to kind of help your body, give it like a little boost. One of the things that you can do is you can mix up a blend of clove. So if you want to put this in a 10 milliliter roller ball, 10 clove, 10 thyme, 10 marjoram, and 10 wild orange. Okay, so now the clove is a powerhouse for immune balance and support, and the thyme helps to support the immune system as well. Marjoram helps with discomfort, and then wild orange helps with like spasm and discomfort as well. Plus it smells really good, so a lot of these are kind of on the hot side and kind of on the very distinct smell, so we want to put something in there that's going to kind of cut that smell just a little bit to where it's not something you're going to be like, ooh, what is that? So what you would do is you would roll that along the spine. So remember, spine's going to last a little bit longer, right? Because we have our large nerve plexus back there. If you want to put it on the bottom of the feet, if it's a smell that you just absolutely don't like, put it on the bottom of the feet. If you want to put 1 drop of each in the diffuser and use it that way, you can do it that way. So you have a bunch of different options. You can even put 1 drop of each in a capsule and take it internally as well. So it just, there's no wrong way. It just comes down to preference. So a lot of times someone will ask me, well, how do I use it? Well, however you want to use it. You can use it aromatically, you can use it topically, or you can use it internally. What is your preference? So be sure to ask whoever you're helping what is their preference, because like if it comes down to like my husband, he doesn't like the smells, and so he'll take any oil internally. So what I would do is put it all in a capsule and have him take it internally as often as he needs to. So if he's having discomfort at 3-hour mark after he takes that in a capsule, then I have him take it every 3 hours until he starts to feel better. And then after about a day, we start to kind of space it out and see, can he go 4 hours? Can he go 5 hours? Can he go 6 hours? Can he go 7 hours? And then we'll take it, okay, let's take it every 7 hours for another day. And then, okay, let's see if we could space it out every 10 hours. Okay, every 12 hours, you know, so he's only taking 2 a day. So kind of gauge your body like that and just see how often you would need it to keep it under control, whatever the discomfort is. And so it's kind of different for everybody. Sometimes it's a lot of like numbness and tingling in the hands and feet, or like fire pain. Sometimes it's stiffness and you can't physically move. So depending on what kind of discomfort it is, gauge your body by that and see how long you can then space those out, okay? All right, so some other blends that we can put together to help with like threat, if there's like a certain threat on the body. Rosemary, 10 drops of rosemary, 10 drops of wild orange, 10 cinnamon, 10 clove. If you don't have the cinnamon, you can use black pepper. If you don't have the black pepper, use thyme, okay? And you could put that in a roller ball, 10 milliliter roller ball, top it off with fractionated coconut oil. All the roller balls that we give you recipes for, it's the amounts that we give you, and then top it off with fractionated coconut oil, all right? Pop the roller ball on, roll that on the spine, the feet, the wrists, behind the ear. These are all going to be hotter oils, because remember, hotter oils help balance the immune system. If you can remember that, that is going to serve you so well when you're helping your friends, okay? Hot oils help immunity, all right? They evict the unfriendlies. That's how I always remember, all right? Now, if you want to take it in capsule form, you could put 1 drop of each in a capsule. Take that internally. Again, you're going to space it if you're having discomfort again around 3 hours. Make sure you're spacing it out according to your needs. If you want to put it in the diffuser, 1 drop of each in the diffuser. Okay. Now, for those of you that are on something that is immunosuppressive to help your immune system, if you've gone that route, we do want to make sure that you're protecting your immune system as well. Okay, so On Guard is amazing, and you can use it for cleaning your countertops, and that helps to keep the germs down quite a bit. So they've done a study. They showed us a study in Utah that they wiped they sprayed On Guard on the countertops and wiped them down, and it kept the MRSA dead for 7 days. So if you're spraying your countertops down every 7 days, you're wiping away all the germs that could be there, all right? And you're applying that essential oil, and nothing's going to grow that shouldn't be growing, or nothing's going to survive that should be surviving, all right? So you can evict them off of your countertops as well, all right? So you can use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. You can use the On Guard Beadlets daily. You can use the On Guard Soft Gels daily. And that's going to help to support your immune system, so you're not catching every little thing that life is throwing at you. And so, okay, I'm not seeing your guys' comments. Let me see here. So another thing that I wanted to mention too is if you're someone who tends to get like the numbness and tingling or neuropathy type discomfort, Aroma Touch Essential Oil Blend is going to be most helpful in that regard. Sometimes those legs they just ache and they don't want to stay still, and it's so uncomfortable. And so you can take 2 to 3 drops of the Aroma Touch with a teaspoon of coconut oil. Put that in the palm of your hand, get it nice and liquidy. You can use the solid coconut or the liquid coconut. Rub that in your hands, make like a lotion out of it, and then rub those on both legs. And you'll notice this, it'll help to support the circulation, and it'll help to decrease that achy feeling. I know I've had it before, and it's awful. It's awful, awful. So I want to make sure that you are nice and comfortable and loving the skin you're in and the body that you're in, right? Okay, let me see if I can find your comments. Awesome. So Sonia mentioned that simply by just using the On Guard toothpaste, that has helped her immune system tremendously. I love that. Thank you for that. And I know you have had some issues with fibro too in the past, so that is amazing. Let's see. Best way to take the Lifelong Vitality is 2 of the Microplex capsules in the morning with 4 of the Alpha CRS Plus. Yeah. And you take those all in the morning, and then in the evening time you take the other 2 Microplex with the fish oil. we did some studies on the fish oil, and noticed that if you took the fish oil at nighttime, it actually helped to soothe the joints more, and help lower the cholesterol as well. So those are, of course, benefits that most of us Americans need. Nice mobile joints and low cholesterol. And so we've switched to, instead of taking 2, 2, and 2 in the morning and 2, 2, and 2 in the evening, we've switched to taking it that way. It's a great question, Sheila. Thank you for reminding me. More questions above. Okay, so I can only see the 4 questions. Let me see if I can jump on here and see more. What's the latest time to take the fish oil? Good question. You can take it right up before bedtime. So most of the time I try to take mine before bed on an empty stomach with my PB Assist. Let's see, I had amazing results with neuropathy in my foot using Aroma Touch. Doctor gave me 20% chance of it going away, and it's 100% gone. That is amazing, Diane. Thank you for sharing that. That is phenomenal. Okay, so I can only see, it says there's 21 comments, but I can only see the last 4. I don't know. Let's see. See if I can find it a different way. Nope. Let's see. Ina had a question about yeast. Okay, so I guess I'll probably just have to go through and answer them after this. For some reason, I'm not seeing them. Let's see. Okay, so when you have a fibro flare-up, that's a really good question. So what I do in the event that we have a flare-up is I double my lifelong vitality dose. And then I take a ton of oils internally. So if you're comfortable with that, what I do is I make either one of these capsules, so like clove, thyme, marjoram, and the wild orange. So I'll put 1 drop of each in a capsule, take that internally every hour until the flare goes away. Most of the time, I'll tell you, most of the time the flare goes away with an extra dose of the omega. Okay? Now, I know this because I've had quite a few clients have flares when they overexert themselves. Okay? So what happens is you're depleting your nutrients way too quickly. So you're doing something strenuous, like running a marathon, or you're moving boxes and doing a lot of activities that your body's not used to, or you're giving somebody a massage. That's going to deplete your storage as well. Or you're stressed out, you're taking a test, you're using a lot of brain power. Those kinds of things will deplete your storage of fish oil really, really quickly. So you can take a tablespoon of coconut oil and just take that internally. You can do up to 4 tablespoons a day throughout the day. And that helps. Any way that you can get in that monounsaturated fat is ideal. If you can't, then take an extra dose of the Lifelong Vitality Omegas. And that seems to, usually the very next day, they're fine. So that's what I've done for my clients that have had flare-ups. I hope that helps. Now for a yeast infection, what we tend to do is use Melaleuca on if it's a vaginal yeast infection. So you can put Melaleuca suprapubic over the lower abdomen area, okay, with some On Guard. Or if it's an older adult and vaginal, we can take a chlorine-free tampon, put about 4 drops of the Melaleuca, and put a little bit of coconut oil on it, and insert that, leave it on throughout the night. Usually by morning it's gone, but you can do it for the next 3 days just to make sure You can do it with DDR, Melaleuca, On Guard. I've done it with oregano. Everybody thinks it's crazy, but it does work. It doesn't burn. Only thing it burns is the infection, the yeast, which is awesome. And it gets it to go away really, really quickly. Morton's Neuroma on the bottom of the feet. I've used the Lifelong Vitality and Aroma Touch blend directly right on the neuroma. It helps with the blood flow, it helps with the discomfort, and so I've seen some good results with that. Let's see, I've been doing the 30-day cleanse, and the #1 side effect, I get full fast and I have way less cravings. The critters must be dying. Yes, and that is exactly what you want. Right, Sonia? Those critters gone, evict them, evict them, evict them. Yep, I love it. And the wonderful thing is, like, most of the time I'll start somebody on that Lifelong Vitality with a 30-day cleanse, either the month that they start or the month after, and that helps to really kick that immune system back into shape and help the body start to repair. Now, for as long as you've had the fibromyalgia, let's say you've had it 5 years, so for each year that you've had the fibro, you want to do a month of cleansing. So you want to continue to do the 30-day cleanse for 5 months. And then that's usually when we see a big significant difference, because it's going to take that long to repair. And normally what happens, the reason that we get so way off track and get the fibro usually in the first place is, one, we have food intolerances, but those food intolerances tend to come from overuse of antibiotics. So we take the antibiotic, 1 dose of antibiotic wipes out your microbiome, the good stuff in the gut, the good bacteria, wipes that out for 6 months. 1 dose. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but most antibiotics don't come with 1 dose. They come with 4, 10, 20. Some people are on them for years at a time. Okay. And then they wonder why they keep getting sick and why they're not healing from an infection, why they catch every little bug. Well, they have no immunity because their gut is like destroyed. The ecosystem that we need to repair and focus on is the gut. Okay? Once we realize that, we're golden. Okay? So Sonia has it right. I love it, Sonia. 30-day cleanse until you start feeling better and those fibro symptoms go away and your body is able to heal itself. It's amazing. I've seen it with every single different kind of autoimmune disorder you can think of. It's been awesome. Awesome to see. Just helped a friend recently with ulcerative colitis. Within a week, she's allergic to gluten. Took her off the gluten, and within a week, color came back. She's no longer gray. She's out and about, doing wonderful. She's able to take her kid wherever she wants to go, to the park, wherever. She gets to be the mom that she wants to be now. She gets to be the wife that she wants to be. She gets to be the daughter that she wants to be. She got her life back. All with just a couple little tweaks. Couple little tweaks. She had no idea the gluten was doing that to her. No idea. So we're working on repairing her gut, but she has done a 180, and it's barely been a month. And she's doing phenomenal. And she's had this for years and years and years. So it can be done. Pre-oils as on antibiotics monthly or bi-monthly for years, decades. That's what Diane said. And Diane's done a 180 as well. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Okay, so any other questions? I'll go back through and answer any questions that you guys wrote on there. So I apologize. I don't know why I can't see it. Normally I can scroll through. It just tells me who joined. That's it. No other questions? Concerns? Be sure to share this with your friends. It's going to go on replay. If you have any friends that have autoimmune or fibro, please share it with them. We'd love to help them any way we can. Those of you that do not have essential oils yet and you want to get some, you can comment below, or you can go straight to the person that invited you here, and they will help you get started. If you don't have anybody and you need some help, let me know. Just tag my name in the box below, Dina Wolfe, DENAWOULFE, and we'll get you where what you need. And the lupus class would be the exact same thing. Yeah, so every autoimmune disorder responds really really nicely to everything that we mentioned here. Okay, so we could do it, but it'd be the exact same class as today. We just change up fibro to lupus. They are tackled the exact same. That's a great question. Yep, Shirley, yes, you would use the exact same things for lupus. Exactly. And actually any autoimmune disorder. So rheumatoid arthritis, ulcerative colitis, anything that has an itis on the end, anything that has to do with the immune system, dysfunction, this tackles all of it. Okay? And if you need more help, type in the little box below, I need more help, you know, getting on a regimen, and we'll reach out and we'll help you. And if you have any topics that you'd like to see on these classes, please let us know. We do these this is an open topic on Thursdays. Our Monday classes are basic 101, essential oil 101 classes. These ones are a little bit more in depth and in detail. And so if you have a topic that you would just love to see, we would love to have it up there. We have our own little list going, but for sure we want to hear from you and put information out there that you're going to be able to use, helping your friends, yourself, your family, your loved ones. So it's a blessing to be able to have these at our fingertips and pay it forward and help others. So it's amazing. It's amazing to see people get their lives back every single day. Never gets old. Let's see. Nora says, if I use Slim and Sassy topically, what are the best places on the body to use it? That's a great question, Nora. And I always say you put it where you have the most cellulite or fat that you want to get rid of. Okay? So for some of us, it's the thighs. Some of us, it's the butt. Some of us, it's the belly. And so you can put it on all three of those areas. If you tend to be more blood sugar fluctuating, okay, so like hyperglycemia, I would use the abdomen, okay, because the pancreas is right there, right underneath the breasts. So like I was telling Velia, I have a whole bottle of Slim and Sassy in a sprayer, and I take a shower and then I spray it on as my pores are kind of still open, and I rub that Slim. It's with coconut oil, so it's not hot, but I rub that all over my belly. Diabetes does run in my family, so that's something that I want to make sure that I never get, never, ever, ever. In the name of Jesus, we'll never get it. So that is what I do, is I use my Slim and Sassy for that. Let's see, I have an oil with the word fat on it. It was a fat burner blend that I got from you. I cannot find the recipe and need to refill. Any idea what it was? I think I have that recipe. Let me look in my little archives and I'll find that for you. Let's see. You're welcome, Shirley. Thank you for jumping on. I know you have lots of places that you could be on Thursday evening, and I really, really, really want to say thank you for spending your night with me. I really appreciate it. So if there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and conclude let's see, I did try those on those areas in the morning and found there was pain. So this is the interesting thing, because that Slim and Sassy oil will work on those fat cells really, really nicely. So you'll feel a lot of discomfort and tingling in the area. So what's funny is when I first got my Slim and Sassy, we jumped in the bathtub, put a couple drops in there, and that Slim and Sassy went right to the fatty areas. I'm not kidding. Thighs, hips, butt, abdomen, it was all on fire. So be careful. If you don't want to feel the uncomfortable burn from your essential oils, use it with coconut oil and make sure you're diluting it. That does take away the burn sensation very, very nicely. Also, the more hydrated you are, the less the burn. So if you're nicely hydrated, your oils should not burn you. Okay? Even oregano, you can take oregano under the tongue. I take DDR Prime under the tongue. I've taken oregano under the tongue. If I'm dehydrated, it burns. If I'm not dehydrated, it doesn't. Okay, so great way to test yourself to see if you're hydrated. Those of you that don't drink water, you're not going to want to try that test, right? Yeah, discomfort. Yeah, I actually put Slim and Sassy all over straight, no coconut oil, rubbed it everywhere pretty much. Abdomen, chest, arms, legs, and then got into a sauna. Well, I kind of forgot that you drip sweat in there, and so every crack and crevice was like covered in Slim and Sassy and sweat. And you know, when your pores are open, it felt like I had a sunburn. I know I didn't, but that's what it felt like. It just felt like I was like a head to toe fire. So I don't advise that. So yeah, that was a fun experience. And of course I handed my friend the bottle and had her try it too, just to make sure that both of us would have the same response. What a good friend. All right, so you guys have a wonderful evening. It's been a pleasure to be on here with you. If you have any other questions, I'll get to those, okay? Bye-bye.